Okay, so I have a confession to make. For years, I thought rest day was just a fancy term for be as lazy as humanly possible. You know, like a full-on, professional-grade couch potato. I finish a tough week at the gym and think, great. Now I can fuse with my sofa and not move until Monday. I genuinely believed that the less I moved, the better I was recovering. Plot twist, I was completely wrong. My body was basically sending my brain angry text messages, and I was just leaving them on read. I thought my exhaustion was a badge of honor. Like, if I wasn't completely wiped out, did I even work out? I was chasing that feeling of being drained because I thought that's what progress felt like. But here's the thing though, I wasn't making progress. I was just getting more and more tired. My lifts were stalling, I felt foggy all the time, and my motivation was hitting rock bottom. It turns out my strategy of doing nothing was actually doing, well, nothing good for me. I was just marinating in my own stress hormones, delicious. Then I stumbled across this idea that completely flipped my worldview. It's the concept that rest isn't about being lazy. It's about being smart. Wait, what? What? You mean my brain is supposed to be involved in resting? This was a revelation. It's not about total shutdown mode. It's about actively helping your body and your nervous system calm down and repair. It's the difference between just unplugging your computer and actually running a diagnostics and repair program. For years, I was just yanking the cord out of the wall and wondering why it was getting glitchy. So, let's talk about the nervous system. I know, it sounds super sciencey and complicated. And look, I'm not a neuroscientist. Shocking, I know. My main qualification here is that I successfully managed to stress my own nervous system out for about a decade straight, so I'm basically an expert in what not to do. Your nervous system has two main modes: fight or flight, which is your gas pedal, and rest and digest, which is your brake pedal. When you're working out, you're flooring the gas pedal, which is great. But if you never hit the brakes, you're just going to run out of gas and crash. My life was basically one long drawn-out car crash in super slow motion. My old rest days kept me stuck in that low-grade fight or flight mode. I'd be on the couch, but I'd be scrolling on my phone, getting worked up about something online, or binge-watching a super intense show. My body was still tense, my heart rate was still up, and my brain was still buzzing. I wasn't resting. I was just being sedentary and stressed. Friendly reminder that your brain can't tell the difference between you being chased by a lion and you getting into an argument in a comment section. The stress response is pretty much the same. This is where I learned about something called nervous system regulation. It's basically a toolkit of techniques to help you consciously hit that brake pedal. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard about it, I was skeptical. It involved breathing. I thought, I've been breathing my whole life, thanks. I think I've got it down. Whoops. Turns out I was doing it wrong. Or at least not in a way that helped me relax. One of the first things I tried was box breathing. It's so simple, it feels silly. You breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold for 4. That's it. You just make a square with your breath. The first time I did it, I felt ridiculous. I was like, I am a grown man sitting on my floor counting my breaths. This is my life now. But after a couple of minutes, something shifted. My shoulders dropped. My jaw unclenched. It was like my entire body just let out a sigh of relief it had been holding in since 2019. It gets better. The more I did it, the more I realized how much tension I was carrying around all the time without even knowing it. This led me down a rabbit hole of what people call active recovery. It's stuff you do on your rest days that actually helps you recover faster. Things like going for a slow, easy walk outside. No headphones, no podcast, just walking and looking at trees. At first, my brain was screaming, this is boring. We could be doing something productive, but that was the point. Forcing myself to slow down and just exist for 20 minutes was more restorative than 8 hours of vegging out on the couch. Another thing I started doing was gentle stretching and foam rolling. Now, is a foam roller just an expensive piece of foam? Yes. Did using it make me feel like I was wrestling a pool noodle? Also yes, but did it release knots in my back that I didn't even know I had? Absolutely. I don't understand the physics behind it. It's some kind of magic, but it works. And instead of just grinding away at it like I was trying to punish my muscles, I started pairing it with that slow, deliberate breathing. It turned a painful chore into an almost meditative practice. This whole journey taught me about JOMO, the joy of missing out. We hear so much about FOMO, the fear of missing out, the pressure to always be doing something, going somewhere, being productive, but JOMO is the exact opposite. It's the relief and peace you feel when you intentionally choose to opt out. Choosing a quiet night in instead of a loud party. Choosing a walk in the park instead of another hour scrolling through social media. Choosing to listen to your body instead of pushing it past its limits. For me, JOMO became the goal of my rest days. And you know what happened? I started feeling good. Like really good. My sleep improved dramatically. I had more energy during my workouts. The weights that felt heavy before started feeling lighter. I wasn't as irritable or anxious. It was like my body and brain finally high-fived and decided to work together. And all it took was me realizing that rest is an activity, not a lack of one. So if you feel like you're stuck in a rut, constantly tired no matter how much you rest, maybe it's time to reevaluate what rest means to you. Try some active recovery, go for a walk, do some gentle stretches, lie on the floor for 5 minutes and just breathe. Seriously, try the box breathing. It might feel weird at first, but your nervous system will thank you. Look, I'm just a guy who spent a long time sitting like a shrimp and treating his body like a rental car. But learning to actively and intelligently rest has been a game changer for my fitness and my mental health. It is about giving your body the tools and the time it needs to actually repair and recharge. It's not lazy, it's strategic. So here's your friendly reminder to take your rest as seriously as you take your training. If you want to dive deeper into some of these techniques, I'll drop some links in the description to resources that helped me out. No pressure, I'm not your mom. But your back and your brain might be glad you did. Just saying, thanks for hanging out with me today. Let me know in the comments what your go-to active recovery method is. See you next time.